Hi, this video I'm making is in response to another question on the Facebook group, the Friends Using IQ, and somebody was saying they wanted to do a Christmas tree skirt with a pantograph, and they did not know how to um, get rid of the extra pattern outside of the circle, or it was causing it to be shaped funny. So there were suggestions of using clipping block and such. I use a method using the clipping block. It's a couple of extra steps, but I like it because I can place my clipping block within my pattern in whatever position I want. So it's kind of like fussy cutting your fabric. I'm fussy cutting my pantograph or my patterns. So what I do is I set up my pantograph as a normal pantograph, and I set it up larger than what I'm going to clip it down to. That allows me to pick and choose areas of the pattern that I want. So I've got my panto set up here as a 70-inch square, and I've offset my rows. So I've got this cute little reindeer and Christmas tree pattern. So everything's set up the way I want it, my size and my gap and everything. So I'm going to say finished, and it updates just like normal. Continuous stitching like a normal pantograph, so I'm going to accept that, yes. So here is where I go in and I add my clipping block. So I'm going to say add edit block, add a block. What type of block? A clipping block. All of my patterns I'm going to select. I'm not doing this individually row by row. I'm selecting everything, and I'm going to say continue. And now it says, how do you want to define your block? Well, I want to load from my block catalog because she's making a tree skirt, so I'm going to pull in the circle from the block catalog. So I'm going to say load block from catalog, choose my circle, and hit continue. Now let me zoom full so you can see what it's done is it's just brought in an 11.352 circle and plopped it in the center of that block. And it's clipped everything else away because it's a clipping block. Well, I need to resize that circle. So remember, there's going to be draw-in. So if your tree skirt is 50 inches, as a 50-inch circle, you may want to do 51, 52 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and just do 52 and hit enter. And so it's made in an oval. I need to change my height. And whatever I made my width, I'm going to make my height. Okay, and there it's made my 52-inch circle clipping block. It's clipped the rest of the pattern away. But it's centered on the pattern. Well, I can go ahead then and say move, and I can move that 52-inch circle around within my original panto and say I want to center that the Christmas tree there. I can move it to that. So that's what I mean by fussy cutting your pattern. If you make it oversized and then your clipping block, whatever shape of your clipping block is, you can move that clipping block around your pattern and fussy cut it basically. So if I'm happy with that placement, then I would just say finished. And don't worry about this, more than 50% of your pattern's clipped off, that's fine. I'm going to say continue. And there's my Christmas tree skirt, or whatever. If you're making a table runner, you want an oval table runner or a rectangle or whatever, you just make your clipping block whatever shape you want to do, and then you can move it around your original pattern and fussy cut it. So then I would just accept, say yes. It's another step. You don't have to do it. I'm going to delete the original block, get it out of my way, and there's my pattern that I want to quilt. So then you would just sequence it row by row as a normal pantograph, but you're not having all that over stitching on your sides here because you've clipped it away. So hopefully this is another little tutorial that will help. Thanks.